It started innocently enough, a routine exploration of a newly discovered cave system. I stumbled upon this portal, tucked away in a forgotten corner, pulsating with an unnatural, almost malevolent energy. It felt different, unlike any nether portal I'd ever seen. The usual comforting orange glow was replaced by a sickly, deep crimson, and the air crackled with an unseen energy that sent shivers down my spine. My heart hammered against my ribs, a primal fear whispering in my ears, warning me to turn back. But the lure of the unknown, the siren call of the unexplained, was too strong to resist. I had to know what lay beyond. As I stepped through, the familiar whoosh of teleportation was replaced by a sickening lurch, a feeling of being ripped apart and stitched back together in a chaotic, violent dance. The Nether was wrong. The usual hellish landscape was twisted, contorted, as if a malevolent force had taken a pair of shears to the very fabric of reality. Twisted trees clawed at the sky, their branches gnarled and skeletal. The lava flowed in erratic, pulsating rivers, its surface shimmering with an unsettling, iridescent sheen. This wasn't just a different Nether. It was a corrupted one, a grotesque parody of the familiar fiery dimension. I pressed on, driven by a morbid curiosity. Every step was fraught with unease. Every shadow seemed to writhe with a life of its own. The air was thick with a suffocating dread, a palpable sense of being watched, of being hunted. My pickaxe felt heavy in my grip, its familiar weight suddenly burdensome, a symbol of my own vulnerability in this nightmarish realm. The silence was the worst, a suffocating blanket broken only by the occasional, unnerving crackle of unseen energy. Then I saw it, or rather him. A piglin, but not like any I'd encountered before. Towering, skeletal, and radiating an aura of pure malice, it watched me with eyes that burned with an unholy light. It was a creature born of nightmare, a grotesque mockery of its own kind, a chilling testament to the corruption that permeated this twisted landscape. My breath hitched in my throat. This wasn't a simple exploration anymore. This was a fight for survival. The battle was brutal, a desperate struggle against a foe far stronger, far more vicious than anything I had faced before. Its attacks were swift, merciless, its roars echoing through the warped landscape. My diamond sword, usually a reliable weapon, felt almost fragile against its unnatural strength. Every swing, every block I dodged, felt like a gamble with death. The fear was raw, primal, overwhelming. But I fought on, fueled by adrenaline and a desperate desire to escape this nightmarish realm. Somehow, I managed to defeat it, but the victory felt hollow, a fleeting respite in the face of overwhelming terror. The piglin dissolved into dust, leaving behind an eerie silence that was somehow more frightening than its menacing roars. I knew I couldn't stay. This place was cursed, and I was already feeling its insidious effects, its darkness seeping into my very being. I stumbled through the twisted landscape, driven by a desperate need to escape. Every shadow, every sound sent jolts of fear through me. The very air felt heavy, suffocating, laced with the lingering taint of the cursed piglin and this corrupted Nether. My sense of direction was lost, the familiar landmarks of the Nether distorted beyond recognition. All that mattered was finding my way back to that portal, back to the relative safety of the overworld. Finally, I found it. The Crimson Portal, a beacon of hope in this nightmarish realm. As I stumbled through, I felt a profound sense of relief, a release from the suffocating dread that had held me captive. But the experience had changed me, leaving an indelible mark on my soul. The memories of that warped Nether, of the monstrous piglin, would forever haunt my dreams. I sealed the portal with obsidian blocks. It would never be used again. And yet, as I looked upon that ordinary block, I could still feel the lingering presence of that corrupted world, a constant reminder of the dark secret I had unearthed, the cursed Nether portal and the horrors it held. Sometimes, the best discoveries are the ones left undisturbed. Some mysteries are best left shrouded in darkness. The price of knowledge can be far too high, and sometimes the greatest strength lies in knowing when to turn away, to leave the shadows undisturbed.